Just coming in indicates that there is a fire outbreak at Circle Ecomog here in Accra, and my colleague Papani Ashley is there for us. Let's get in touch with him for all the latest. As you can see on your screen, that is what is happening at Circle Ecomog. Papani, you have been there. What have you seen so far?
All right, Brace, good evening, Ghana. We are coming to you live from Circle Ecomog. And this is the second time in 2 years we are told that fire has raised down all the structures here. It's practically impossible to breathe and to keep your eyes open because of the thick smoke that has engulfed the entire area. It's been hours since the fire started, and Thomas pretty shortly will walk us through how this started. He tells me he was here when it all began, but certainly to walk you through the scene, you are still seeing the embers of the fire here still burning. Just to bring you up to speed what really has happened before we bring you what exactly has how all this started. We are told that 2 fire tenders from the Ghana National Fire Service have already been here trying to contain the situation. Unfortunately, they have had to move those fire tenders and then later bring in some more water to try and contain the situation from spreading any further. The winds are quite high, and that is the fear of the Ghana National Fire Service, that wind could take small fires like this to some other new areas. Thomas, are you around? Thomas, oh yeah, Jimmy. All right, Thomas, ba. So Thomas tells me he was here at the time all this started. Pardon it. So Thomas, really, about your bluff or where we go? I want your bluff of you. Okay. So Thomas, for the sake of our viewers, let's do English. So you tell me you were here when all this started. Let's start with the exact time you noticed that the fire had broken out.
The time I was here.
What was that time?
The time is around 5 to 6. The thing happened like around 5 to 6.
Okay.
Let's take about 5:30 to 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah, that time we are solving problem in the palace there.
Okay.
Then after we solve the problem, we never get any issue again. But we are there exactly 1 hour before 6 o'clock. Then we see that the fire is coming. We are watching the place fire from. Then we are going to see. We see that one or certain room fire is burned there. It catch after the fire. We never get solution to solve it fast. Then it started spread.
Oh, so let me understand you. So there was an issue that the local elders here were trying to solve. Okay.
They are solving some small issue because somebody do something a little bad. Then our king was solving it.
Okay.
Because of our king want to solve the problem. After our king solved the problem finish, 1 minute or 1 hour never come. Then we hear disaster was coming.
Okay, really? Do we know where it started from? Was it somebody's intentional fault?
Because of the place it started, we cannot see this place it started, but we are there, we see fire is burning. Okay. Then our chief sent everybody so that everybody should make alert to remove his things. Okay. Then our king is good. Our king is good. Our king support us here. Our king, then our Safu people. Then try to help us, our boys to try to help us. We start to remove people, the things out. But plenty things spoil, plenty things too, we never get it.
I mean, earlier you were telling me that you believe that it may have started from one of the people who was cooking.
Then told me, after the investigation I do, then told me that one of girl was cooking inside the room, was using gas. Okay. Where he forget, he was smoking. I don't know the guy, how in mentality you see. Then he was smoking. Okay. After smoking, I don't know, he forget that he was cooking. Okay. Then the fire got. Okay. It be that I hear from the girls that they say that, oh, one of girl was cooking inside our palace, near our palace there.
Great. Thomas, I'll come back to you, right?
Thank you, boss.
For the sake of our viewers, if you're just joining us,
thank you, boss.
Thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live from Ecomog Circle right here in the Greater Accra region. We understand that this place, Ecomog, houses thousands of people, some from other countries who have taken this place as their home. This is the second time in 2 years that fire has engulfed the entire area. And you can see from some of your shots here that people are trying to salvage the little that they can of their entire livelihoods. for many that call this place home, everything that belonged to them, their entire livelihood was here. For this place to go down in flames, it certainly means that their aspirations, their livelihoods have all gone down. And for them, it certainly will be a difficult time to try and rebuild those lives. Well, let's try and get to the Ghana National Fire Service. We understand that at least they brought in 2 fire tenders, 5 fire tenders. Thank you for that correction. So 5 fire tenders, and they're still working to bring in some more water to get the situation completely under control. Thank you very much for joining us here.
Thank you very much.
Please, for the sake of our viewers, your name and portfolio, please.
So my name is Alex King, ADO1 Alex King Nati. I'm an Assistant Divisional Officer with the Public Relations Department at the Fire Service Headquarters.
Okay, great. So at what time did you pick wind of this particular incident here, and what was the response?
So around 5 o'clock, that's when we received the call. We always say that there's a difference between the time the fire started and the time the fire service was called upon. So immediately we were called upon, we dispatched our team from the Circle to get here, and when they arrived at the scene, they realized that the fire was well alight and fast spreading. So they had to call for more reinforcements from Makola, from our national headquarters, from ministries, and then from other stations to augment the efforts here. Their replenishing is, as can be seen, our team are still replenishing and getting more water to the scene here at Circle. It's been a very tough situation for us because, as you can clearly see, the fire is under the high tension poles and the pylons, and you know, water and electricity does not really mix. So when our men go here and they realize that there was still power in the high tension, they couldn't have just applied water on the fire because they stand the chance of electrocution.
I see a lot of metal around too.
Yes, there's a lot of metal because the place was made up of both wooden and wooden structures and metallic. So you see, that's possibly a gas cylinder or a fridge or a freezer, because they all contain gas. And you see, and so for areas like this, it's highly discouraged for people to use such items in there, because these items fuel the fire and then put much lives in danger. So as of now, I won't say the fire is under control. I would say the fire has been contained, because the fire was very scary. It was fast spreading, but we've been able to contain the fire and cut it off from further spread.
Great. So you spoke about there's a difference between what time this happened and probably when they called you. What time exactly did they call you, and how long did it take you to get here?
So as I said, we received a call around 5. Okay, and within 10 minutes we got here. Would have got here much less time, but then the problem was that, look at the traffic situation. Even with accessibility, I'm sure with you guys, you probably parked your car somewhere.
Most definitely, we had to stop at the very main way, yeah, so and walk all the way here.
Exactly. So you can imagine how curtailed it would have been for our appliance, being that big, to be able to navigate their way to here. So you realize that our appliances have parked behind this wall, and they have to lay hoses all the way from there, which is wasting water. But ideally, if accessibility was considered and in the planning of this area, and we wouldn't have probably recorded this situation. So it's a problem that is very worrying. So one thing I'll concede is that with Ghana National Fire Service, yes, we are challenged when it comes to logistics. We are very much challenged, but we have committed officers who, at the peril of their lives, are determined that no matter what, they'll put their lives on the line.
Actually, I can see that I'm struggling to keep my eyes open, but yours have been on all throughout.
Imagine how it has been for our officers who've been here for hours, having to endure the smoke that's coming. I'm sure you are sweating like a pregnant fish.
Pardon me.
So, I'm in the tunic, and, so firefighters are human beings just like you. So we need support. We always say that we call on well-meaning Ghanaians, we call on government to do more to resource the Ghana National Fire Service. As it stands now, if there's any major fire within this area, will be challenged, because all the resources have been channeled over here, leaving just a few fire tenders out there to fight fires. So that calls into question the need, because yesterday we recorded fires at University of Ghana, Commonwealth, or the Amphitheatre, we recorded fires at Kaswa area. And today we are recording fire here. No one knows tomorrow. No one knows what will happen at dawn. So this calls into question the fact that the Ghana National Fire Service needs to be resourced, because once we are resourced, we are there for you. So we are not being resourced for ourselves. We are being resourced to serve the good people of Ghana.
Great. Nate, I'll come back to you because we want to get you some more resources, but we also want to understand how you try to completely douse the fire here today. I understand your fire tenders are gone, they are going to come back with more.
Yes.
So I'll come back to you with exact details as to how you managed to deal with this, how more fire tenders you expected. But again, if you just join us, we are coming to you live from Circle Ecomog. This place that has now gone down in flames is the home of thousands of many people. Unfortunately for them, it has become an annual ritual where many of them have to lose their livelihoods, their entire belongings this way. This is the second time in almost 2 years there's another fire here. Unfortunately for many of them, this is all they can do to scavenge through this rubble, through these ashes, for the little that they can get and try to move on with their lives. We'll speak to one of those people who have lost their entire livelihood in this particular exercise. But whilst we are doing this, for those who are thinking of moving into the Circle area, we also want to take some precaution because of the traffic situation and again, the bad access road coming to this place. Hello, madam, if you can join me. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'm really sorry for your loss.
No problem.
But what's your name?
My name is Zara James.
Zara James.
Yeah.
Zara, do you live here?
Yes.
Great. How long have you been living here?
Just a year now.
A year now.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Were you here when the last fire came out?
No.
Okay, great. I mean, what did you have in your room?
I have a lot. My fridge, my things, and my money too.
Your money was here too?
Yes.
Okay. How much was in there?
31.
Come again?
31 million.
31 million Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Or just 3,100 cedis?
3,100 cedis.
Interesting. And what was that money to you?
It means a lot. But I don't have anything to say.
It means a lot to you. Are you from Ghana?
No.
So,
I'm Nigerian.
so you came to Ghana for what exactly?
To hustle, make money, and make my family proud.
How does this make you feel?
Heartbroken.
What are you going to do now?
I don't have any option, but we are praying, hoping government should help us. That is the only thing I have to say.
Okay, great. But I didn't ask you, what really do you do here whilst you're trying to hustle?
I don't have anything at all. I don't have anything left, but I have God.
Okay, but really, apart from your money that was in there, what other things did you have? How many of you were in that room?
We are, me and with my small baby inside, but nothing happened. Only my things and my money got burnt.
Wow, sorry for you, Zara James. I'm really grateful for talking to us, and I hope that you get some respite soon. I understand that that's all your money you have. 3,100 Ghana cedis gone down the drain. Sad situation for you. Any other person who want to share their story with us? What really you had in there? Any man? If you know you stayed here, if you can just get closer to me, I'd really be grateful. You know, do you stay here? You don't stay here. But why are you here? We're here for metal. Sorry. Okay, so there are so many people here. Many of them are shying away from the camera, but I'll try to get you some more individual stories of these people and what this place, Circle Ecomog, meant for them. The ashes have bits of flames in them. The wind is quite high tonight as well. Fuels the frustration of the Ghana National Fire Service that are working around the clock to get more fire tenders on site to try and completely deal with the situation here in Circle. Bossman, do you stay here?
I'm a unit committee member.
Of the area? Unit committee member of the area.
This part is...
But what's your name?
My name is Richard Quartin.
Okay.
But I've been here for a while, more than 5 years, and I'm a unit committee member too here. You know, people don't know that this place is Okainkwe South. And there's a division around Okainkwe South and Klotekoli. And people think here is part of Klotekoli. But here is Okainkwe South and it's in Kaneshi electoral area.
Let's talk about the situation here. Because I think just about a year ago, I was here with the regional minister together with the mayor of AMA. We were all here to look at the situation at that time. It had gone down in flames. What really would you see as a unit committee member of the area? What really is the problem with this particular area?
Do you know the challenge here? There's no control here. everybody is living for himself. Do you see where you are watching right now here? You would think it is just a place, but it's a drainage. It's a huge drainage. It's a big drainage, but it is covered. So when a huge situation like this, nothing is going on here, everybody is feeling like I'm high. Like, do you know? So government need to come in. Government need to come in, because here have been a place where people think squatters live here, but it is not about squatters. Squatters too are human beings, and they need government attention.
So how do we solve that problem of this annual ritual of fires raising the entire area?
It is difficult, my brother. Here, you know, government don't give permit for people to live here. So
you want us to give them permit so that we can regularize their stay?
Yeah, the government have to do something about it, because today in Ghana here right now, I'm telling you, my brother, to rent a room is not easy. So people find this place as their secure place when they are coming from various places. People living here are not only Ghanaians, Nigerians, Liberians, most all the African countries people are here. So we are praying to the government. They should turn their incentives here. Okay. It's not about the squatters alone, but even the security as such.
Of the area. Okay, yes. Mr. Korte, unfortunately for time, we may have to say thank you, but don't go anywhere. I'll come back to you. So, finally, this is Circle Ecomog that has now gone down in flames for the second time in less than 2 years. The Greater Accra Regional Minister, at the time, Henry Korte, together with the AMA Mayor, were here when there was a fire just about a year ago. But unfortunately, due to their concerns, this place has gone down in flames. For the thousands of people that lived here, called here home, and now again they may have to find their livelihoods elsewhere. It's unfortunate for them, but the Ghana National Fire Service has promised to deal with the situation once and for all. Some fire is still in some of the kiosks. You can see the ashes, again, very hot. The smoke is all around the area. For the fear of the fire service is that these fires may spread if not properly taken care of. But let me speak finally to Mr. Nate, who is with the Ghana National Fire Service. How much more tender, or how many more tenders should we expect to completely deal with this situation?
Okay, so we are trying to manage the few scarce fire tenders we have here in Accra, because as I said, we are very much under-resourced. So we can't channel all our resources to this place, because then there will be fires at other places. So what we are doing is that strategically we are replenishing and coming.
So that is what is happening at Circle Ecomog, where the fire has raged down several structures, and in that a lot of people have lost their properties, amounting to hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis. Well, we'll keep an eye on this particular story. There will be more on myjoyonline.com. This is still The Joy in its Prime. We'll take a break.